Welcome back, financial investors. My name is Brem, and today we're going to be doing our weekly recap for September 2nd through the 6th, 2019. We're going to start off this week's video by taking a look at last week's changes, which are up on the screen. We are then going to jump over, take a look at the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, Russell 2000. Take a look at the performance here for the 5-day change. Also jump into stock futures, which can change anytime between here Saturday and Sunday. Take a look at how the total market performed this week. Look at all the stocks within the S&P 500, what sectors were strong, what sectors were weak, and then look over financials, semiconductors, home builders, oil, silver, dollar, gold, bonds, and then wrapping it up looking at mortgage rates. And then towards the end, if you guys would like to stick with it, we will jump over, cover some of the news that was posted over on Facebook this week. So if you are brand new to the channel, have not yet subscribed, I would highly appreciate if you do subscribe to the channel, the big old red button down below. Also, if you do enjoy this video, find it helpful, hit the thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions, drop them into the comment section below. I do read and reply to all your comments. So, of course, if you have any questions going over the stock market, dividends, or real estate, or you'd like to see a video here, let me know in the comment section, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So last week we were coming out of a negative week on prior to August 26th, and last week was our first green week in 4 weeks. So S&P was up 2.79, the Dow Jones was up 3.02, the Nasdaq up 2.72, my portfolio was up 1.41%. We had got to some resistance about that 2,800 point within the S&P 500, and everyone was kind of watching to see if we would break that resistance. And this week we actually did overcome it, and I think we're at the 2,900 point. So kind of jumping over here, we just broke above that 2,900 point. Our next resistance is at 3,000, which will put us at all-time highs. If we can break this here, say we have a rate cut here towards end of September, there we go. We are hitting all-time highs. I know I put a couple of videos, maybe a couple weeks back, I was saying that if the current market continues to progress and we have that rate cut towards the end of September, I was expecting new all-time highs after the next 1 month to three months out. And that whole loop where China enacted tariffs, the US went ahead and enacted tariffs against China, that I was not expecting, and that kind of hit the market down a few weeks there. But here we are recovering. Now China and the US, lots of news these last 2 weeks about coming to the tables, making some sort of an agreement. And of course the market is really liking this, and this will kind of drive the market even higher. If we do break 3,000, I do believe we are going to be breaking some new all-time highs here, which I'm expecting by this week or the next, if everything goes according to plan, and that we'll see how that all plays out. What sort of news is out there that kind of drives this market either up or down. So S&P this week is our winner, up 1.79% for the week, up year to date 18.82%. The Dow Jones is in third place, up 1.49%. This is in third place as far as year to date, up 14.88. In second place this week, we have the Nasdaq up a whopping 1.76, and this is currently first place year to date at 22.12. Yep, it is in first place, followed right behind by the S&P. Now, the laggard of all the indexes here is the Russell 2000. The Russell here is down, or positive 0.69, but basically almost 1% down from the other indexes. So you can see some of the international companies within the S&P, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, which is benefiting from the trade war, kind of getting some ease, some tension being eased. That's all doing really well, but these mid-cap, smaller cap companies within the Russell 2000 that are more national here with the United States, you can see that these are not performing as well as some of those other broader companies. And here it's up 0.69% for the week, and this could be due to some of the job numbers and such that came out. Year to date, this one is up 11.61%. Now, stock futures are currently positive, but again, this can change at any time. It's currently Saturday about 1 p.m. and we still have Sunday. So we shall see kind of what plays out for the rest of the week. Some of the stocks that moved in the after hours, you can see lots of green going on with the after hours. Pfizer up 0.27% there from what I took a quick look here. Las Vegas Sands up 0.18. AT&T AT&T has been on fire, up at now $36.27. I remember there was a lawsuit against them when they had dropped down into the $27 range because people had lost so much money, but really, they were collecting dividends this whole time. If they had the opportunity, if they had wanted to buy more shares at basically $10 below what is getting currently offered. So AT&T has definitely done really well over the past year, and I believe they will continue to go higher, maybe even into the $40 range. Cisco pulling back. I sold out of a good portion of Cisco at $57. Here it's now at 48. I would really like them to kind of come down a little bit more, but we shall see how that all plays out. And Microsoft up 0.05 and a few others here down towards the bottom. So very interesting. I do see a good mixture of movement in the after hours. So Friday, we did have a positive day within the S&P, ended up 0.09%, but it was basically flat. And that's what you can kind of see here within the S&P 500 on Friday. Not every sector was strong or weak. There was a really good mixture of about 50-50. Even Apple took a hit there just slightly, and you can see they're at $213, which is fairly high for them. They've been sloshing in this 190s to 207 range for a while, and now with the trade talk back on the table and possibly having some sort of trade resolution, Apple is definitely benefiting from that. AT&T and Verizon all very positive here. Verizon is nearly $60 stock. That's amazing. Visa, of course, out there always going positive at 0.55% there for the week. Now let's go for the day. Let's go ahead and take a look for the week. So overall, you saw that the S&P, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the Russell were green. So what really helped push these markets higher? We can see right off the bat we have Intel up 8.64. I believe Intel's part of the Dow Jones and a few other indexes. Amazon recovering up nicely, 2.64. It has been walloped here recently. Apple up 2.03. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they took a hit, I believe, last week, but they are recovering slightly this week. Financials finally kind of getting their rear in the market. I don't know the terminology, but they're kind of helping the market out. We have seen financials not really perform as well as real estate investment trusts, utilities, and consumer goods. Now that financials are beginning to play a good portion of this weekly change, this is what's going to really drive the S&P, the Dow Jones, higher into new highs. So if we continue to see good returns and movement from the financials and continue to see consumer goods and technology playing well, now that the tariffs has been kind of subsided, we will see these continue moving higher in the few weeks. So of course, financials up a nice 1.93 for the week. We have semiconductors. This is one of the largest jumps that I've seen in quite a while, at 4.08%. And home builders up 0.86. Now, oil did take a hit this week, just slightly, on Monday and Tuesday, but it quickly recovered those losses. So on Monday and Tuesday, it lost nearly 2% on each of these days, losing 4% in just 2 days. And this was all between the China and U.S. had imposing new tariffs and kind of discussing what sort of goods and what would actually be infected, and overall slow down global growth possibilities. But that was all subsided as there was news pushed out on Wednesday that the U.S. and China were working together, kind of coming to the tables again. I believe something is scheduled here in October, and that right here, Friday, down 2.72. Monday, of course, it was closed, but I forgot to have mentioned that earlier. Tuesday down 2.09. Wednesday recovered all of Friday's and Tuesday's losses, up 4.37% in a single day, basically staying flat there on Thursday. It did fall on open on Friday, but quickly gapped up higher and put on 0.6% there on the day. So very nice performance here on oil. 5-day change up 2.71%. Year to date, it is up 21.84%. Now the dollar hit all-time highs for the year, 52-week highs this week. It broke at $99.34 there. You can see 99.34 is sort of where it ticked up here before coming back down 52 right there, 99.37, and then it started to kind of tick back down into the $98 into the 98 range. Now this is really high for the dollar. The dollar this year has been as low as in the 96 at some point this year, 95, 96, and as high as 99.37. So really interesting. I know that the president of course wants a weaker dollar, but I don't know if we're going to get it. Silver and gold finally getting a bit of a pullback. We've been kind of talking about this the last few months, that gold and silver has been highly extended, breaking out for the past 2 months or so here, going from nearly $14 back in early July, June. We were discussing on a weekly basis that anywhere if you were buying silver below that $14 point, it was a pretty good steal. It would always rebound back over that $14 point. Now, it even broke as high as $18.35 recently before now coming back down to $16.87. Gold is also pulled back this week, down 1.27%. This, of course, is just, over the past 3 months, this has just been steady, and is now kind of pulling back just slightly. We'll kind of see how this one kind of plays out into the future as more tension is relieved from the market. Investors are more willing to move out of materials, bonds, back into equities as far as company shares. Bonds, of course, kind of slowly pulling back. This could be due to the ex-dividend that was just done. So it went ex-dividend here on the 3rd, which was on Tuesday. So that dividend was pulled from this and then kind of paid out to the shareholders, and that was down 0.34%. So probably basically flat for the week. This is showing a down, but the money was pulled from the index itself, so it kind of drove it down just a little bit. Rates continue to fall. I know last week they kind of fell, I believe, 4 basis points. Now they're falling 5 basis points, moving from 3.79 to 3.74%. So very nice to continue to see that. I do believe rates will continue to fall, and the Fed towards the end of the month will announce a 0.25% cut, with the job numbers having came out and having fallen. I know I posted over on Facebook earlier. I had a couple comments also left there. So we'll kind of go over the news that was posted this week. So happy Tuesday. It was a Friday. On Sunday or Monday, I posted that the market was going to be red. So Monday, we started off pretty down. If we look at here we are. So Friday, we ended up 0.86, basically flat. On Tuesday, when the markets opened, I posted the futures, which were going to be negative. I don't know if I had posted it anywhere else in here, but I know I posted it. Maybe this article here, Happy Tuesday buy day. So that was just my buy day because they had actually gapped down. I put my buy order for the day, and I picked up Altria and one other. I don't know if I posted over on Facebook this week. I'm pretty sure I should have. It was down for today, which is a good buying opportunity. Recovered everything on Wednesday, continued moving higher on Thursday and Friday. So really good performance here. Kind of moving through. I saw this home. I am located over here in Medford, Oregon. Central Point is just one city over, and I saw this property. We've been looking for properties possibly as a next house now that we have one kiddo due this month. It's our second kid. We have one kid now with 4 of us in a family in a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It could work by having one room for our office and one room for the kids, but we would really like to move into either a 4-2 or a 5-2 or even a 5. I would really like 5 bedrooms. That way each of the kids could have their own room. I would have my office. We would have a spare bedroom, so whenever my wife's family or somebody would come over, they could use a guest room, and we would have our room. So I saw this listed for $48,000, and then soon after, as soon as it was listed, not even 30 minutes later, it was price changed to the correct price. They had accidentally missed 1 and I'm not sure if you had made an offer when you saw this go live at $48,000, if you sent the agent a direct offer and they had made the mistake of listing it incorrectly, and they said, hey, you know what, we can't accept your offer. I'm sure they could probably deny you. I think that's how it would work. They would probably just deny you. They would say, okay, no, it's denied. But Kroger, I get a lot of Kroger. Kroger's probably the most stock that I get on the Bumped app. I get a bunch of stocks from the Bumped app. I only have about $40-50 on the app, but every time I shop at Food for Less, every time I shop at Fred Meyer's, those are the two locations that give me back Kroger. And if I go and get gas, I go to Fred Meyer's, I get some Kroger stock back. If I go shopping, I'll go to Food for Less or Fred Meyer's, and I'll get some Kroger stock. So really good app there. I guess I should have put the link there. It helps you out whenever you go shopping. I did make my massive dividends this month. So this is the most dividends from the M1 Finance Roth IRA that I've received at all this month. The M1 Finance Roth IRA made $55.09, which is very nice. I know over on Narrow Edge, I made another 40 or 50 on that platform. So that was really well as well. I believe this month, I do think we broke over $100 of dividends paid, and continue to post out Instagram posts. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, definitely do. Wealthfront continuing to push out more interest. So Wealthfront, I keep the majority of my cash over on Wealthfront. I do have some over at SoFi as well, where I use it for my YouTube platform. And SoFi there over the past 2 months, they've been really great. Yes, they did have a cut from 2.57% yield now back down to 2.32, but it's still one of the best platforms out there as far as a high yield cash account. And they don't have you do a whole bunch of jumps to get your yield. You don't have to go out there and walk crazy. You don't have to do so many deposits or withdrawals or ATM charges on your card. You just put your money in, you just let it sit, and you make that 2.32% on an annual percent yield basis. And I've made a little over $415 there in the past 2 months. So very nice platform. Yes, the job numbers came out, and it is claiming that the job report is starting to kind of slow down. Hiring is kind of slowing down. Now, I did have a couple posts here, which was really good. You know, it's really kind of a mixed blessing, is exactly what G. Stroud is saying here. The trend is softening. So jobs, there's not a whole lot there's still a lot of jobs being offered out there, but I believe it's maybe not the kind of jobs that everyone would want to look for. So the whole opportunity to really just job hop and find the best opportunity, that is starting to kind of slow down. And that's actually what is going to be promoting the Fed cut to cut faster in September and in December. So we shall see. I think both of these commenters both had really good points. And then the performance here for the past week, before we sort of cover the S&P up 0.17%, that was the winner this week. The Dow Jones up 1.49, the slagger of the four. The NASDAQ up 1.76, and my portfolio this week 1.73%. I was actually surprised with the performance, as I've moved a good portion of the index over the past few weeks over into bonds, or my stocks. So not within the M1 Finance Roth IRA, but within a couple other accounts. So that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, I would highly appreciate if you do jump over the links down in the comment section in the description below. I post almost every day. I try and post performance of the daily change of my buys when I make some buys. So on Tuesday, I posted what companies I bought. I picked up Las Vegas Sands. I purchased $105 of them. That bought me 1.93 shares. And I bought Altria, $19.14. Here, I always try and post exactly why I kind of purchased them, that these companies go ex-dividend here on the 13th of September. Las Vegas Sands goes ex-dividend on the 17th of December. Altria will pay out roughly $10.17 this, when it does pay out on the 10th of October, and Las Vegas Sands will pay out $3.13 currently, but I am planning on buying it again here on Monday. So I will definitely be bumping up my equity in that position, and also the dividends that will get paid out when it does go ex-dividend. Here, I also posted the performance for the week. I thought I did. I think I posted it over on a daily story. So that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely hit the thumbs up button below. If you have not yet subscribed but are watching these videos on a weekly basis, or just checking out the channel continuously but haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you have any comments or questions about this video, the stock market, dividends, or real estate, drop it into the comment section below. I do read and reply to all your comments. So of course, that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.